Morning, folks, or afternoon, evening, wherever you are. So, Charlie Edwards made his return to the ring. He's been out since it was June of last year, I believe. So he's had a long layoff. And he made his return to the ring in York Hall, Bethnal Green last night. Wonderful arena. I've been there myself. Fantastic place. You know, it's not a church, but it's holy ground in Britain. If you're a British boxing fan, you know it's a fantastic place. So much history there. He took a 10-round unanimous decision over the Frenchman Georges Ory. Good fight, good little fighter that Ory. I mean, he lost. He was comprehensively outboxed throughout most of the fight. I only gave him one round. I mean, the three judges had it 98-92 to Edwards. I had it 99-91. I only gave Ory the third in that round. I mean, early on, Charlie Edwards was very, very, very... He was obviously nervous. I think there was a bit of nerves there. There was a bit of pressure on him to perform. And he just seemed a bit tense. And understandably so. Ory was very aggressive. And in that particular round, the third, I believe it was, he was able to sort of smother him on the ropes a little bit, and Ory was landing some southpaw lefts, you know, and sort of troubling him a little bit, not hurting him, not, you know, bashing him up or anything like that, but he was able to, you know, to score more punches, and he looked more in control. And Edwards, like I say, he just seemed a bit, I wouldn't say necessarily reluctant to let the punches go. He was so tense. It was just, you know, he was struggling to pull the trigger in that round. But once he found his rhythm, I mean, him and his brother Sonny, they're fantastic boxers. They really are. The only thing that it's not a criticism, it's just the way they are. The only thing I find that lacks with both the Edwards brothers is a lack of power. Because, I mean, I think Charlie's he's had 7 knockouts, and I think Sonny's only had 4. So they're not big power punchers. They rely on their footwork, their hand speed, and their skills, which are brilliant. I mean, Charlie Edwards last night, I mean, his jab was very fast, his footwork was amazing, and he was landing right uppercuts at will at moments in that fight. Ory, yeah, he couldn't do anything. I mean, he was trying to pull Edwards to the ropes, and Edwards was able to just slide out most of the time, you know, and he was countering well. Throwing little clusters. A lot of them landed on the gloves at times, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Ory had no answer. I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a former European bantamweight champion. You know, very, very, very tough guy. Very talented guy. But Edwards, you know, that was his night last night. Really good to see him back in the ring. He's been very, very inactive since the no contest. Was it against Martinez back in 2019, and then he obviously for the WBC flyweight title. And then he vacated the flyweight title because he said he couldn't make weight, you know, and he was fears over his health concerns over, you know, trying to boil himself down. Well, this fight last night was for the WBC silver bantamweight title, another one of these trinkets. I mean, they're very important to the boxers, don't get me wrong, but in the big picture, not a lot of people really give that much of a shit about these little trinket titles. I mean, they are what they are, but it's a step on the ladder. It's a step closer to getting a WBC title shot potentially. So, obviously, I don't have a problem with them, but it's just there's a few too many of them, like international titles, intercontinental titles, silver titles, diamond titles, gold titles, you know, super titles and shit like that, you know. So, but anyway, no, really good performance from Edwards last night. Let's hope he can continue being more active. I think that's been his detriment. He's been very, very active. I know there's been some issues, you know, personally, things like that, you know. But I love the Edwards brothers. I think they're fantastic boxers, and they're 2 of Britain's finest. And it was really, really good to see him back in the ring last night. Excellent performance. So nothing but praise. I mean, because he was so in control at one point. He was kind of showboating in the last round. You know, because he was miles ahead, you know, unless there was a freak knockout. Yeah, he wasn't going to lose. I think it was in the 8th. Ory he was getting frustrated, as you can imagine. He was being completely dominated, outboxed everything he tried. I mean, he had his moments, don't get me wrong. He did land some decent left hands here and there. He was switching up quite nicely between southpaw and orthodox. But nothing was really affecting Edwards, and nothing he was doing was working. Edwards was just shutting him down the whole fight. And he was getting frustrated, and in the 8th he threw a pretty blatant headbutt, and the referee jumped straight on him and gave him a stern warning. You don't pull that shit, and fair enough. So excellent performance. It'd be interesting to see where Charlie Edwards goes. Like I say, I'm a big fan of the Edwards brothers. So that was last night. Tonight we got the top ranked card, the heavyweight card from America, Jared Anderson against the former WBA regular cruiserweight champion, Mary, I think that's how you say it, the guy from Belgium. The guy who beat Tony Yoka last year. So that'd be quite interesting. I would probably pick Jared Anderson to win that one, but we'll see. I'm not really sold on Anderson, to be honest. I don't know. I mean, he's only young. He's only starting out. He needs to sort his personal life out. He needs to sort his behaviour out as well out of the ring, because he's been in trouble a few times. Like I say, there was that police chase and all that sort of nonsense not that long ago. He really needs to knuckle down and sort himself out, because that's ridiculous. But no, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then of course we've got Jordan Gill and Zelfa Barrett tonight as well, so I'll be watching both of those, and I'll be doing a review on both of them tomorrow. So right, that's out of me. Sorry for the birds, sitting out here with the birds making noise. It's quite a clear morning. I thought I'd sit out here. It was nice and peaceful when I sat down, and literally as soon as I pressed record, the birds started, as is typical. Can't do it in the house today because my wife's got the fucking washing machine going, and my dog, as soon as I sit down, he starts climbing on my shoulders. So it's a bit difficult to talk about boxing when you've got a Jack Russell sitting on your shoulder, licking your ears and biting your head. So I thought, it seems quite peaceful outside. As soon as I sat down, the birds started. So I do apologise for the bird noises in the background. Take care, folks. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything's going well in your life. I hope you're enjoying the fights, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.